Yo, life's funny as hell sometimes. One day you're grinding through another dead-end shift at a coffee shop in Portland, Oregon, slinging overpriced lattes to hipsters who tip like crap. And the next, you're staring down the barrel of the biggest family knife fight of your life. My name's Jordan Reyes. 24, non-binary. They slash them. Covered in piercings and ink that my mom always called attention-seeking garbage. I was the family screw-up. The one who dropped out of college after 2 semesters because art school ain't real school, according to Dad. But my grandma, Evelyn Hayes? She got it. She was the only one who ever really saw me. Grandma Evie was a legend. Widowed at 55. She turned her late husband's tiny hardware store into a regional chain of home improvement spots across the Pacific Northwest. By the time she hit 88, the business was worth north of 20 mil, plus properties in Seattle, a vacation cabin on the coast, and investments that printed money. She was sharp till the end, loved her crossword puzzles, her gin rummy nights, and spoiling me rotten. "Jordan, baby," she'd say, slipping me cash when my folks weren't looking. "Don't let them dim your light. You read the spark this family's been missing." When the cancer finally took her last fall, it hit like a freight train. I was at her bedside in the hospice room, holding her hand while she whispered, "I fixed things, kiddo. Don't let him take it." I didn't know what she meant then. I just cried like a damn baby. The funeral was straight up awkward. Mom Claire and Dad Brandon played perfect grieving kids. Tears on cue. Hugs for the cousins. The whole performance. My older sister, Brooke, showed up in designer black, already eyeing the casket like it was a shopping display. Brooke's the golden child. Married. 2 kids. Real estate agent pulling 6 figures. Me. The problem, one who bartends part-time and sells digital art prints online for beer money. After the burial, at the reception in Grandma's big house overlooking the Willamette River, things got weird fast. Dad pulled me aside in the kitchen while everyone else was stuffing their faces with catered sandwiches. "Jordan, listen. The will reading's next Thursday in Seattle. Probate court's handling it. You don't need to come up. It's gonna be boring legal crap. We'll fill you in." I squinted at him. Grandma said she left me something specific. She told me herself. He laughed it off, that fake chuckle he does when he's lying. "Yeah, probably some sentimental junk, her old jewelry or whatever. Don't sweat it. We've got it covered." Mom chimed in from the doorway, voice all syrupy. "Sweetie, you're still finding yourself. Focus on that. We'll make sure everything's fair." Fair. Right. I felt the hairs on my neck stand up. Something was off. That night, alone in my tiny apartment above a dive bar, I couldn't shake it. I pulled out the last voicemail Grandma left me, dated 2 weeks before she passed. Her voice was weak but clear. "Jordan, I redid the will last month. You re-getting the main chunk. The business shares, the cabin, a trust fund to chase your dreams. Your folks, they've been pushing me to change it, saying you're unstable. Don't believe them if they try anything funny. I know what I'm doing." Unstable? Because I have anxiety meds and tattoos? Screw that. I started digging. Called Grandma's lawyer, Mr. Patel, an old school guy she'd trusted for decades. He was cagey on the phone. "Jordan, your parents' attorney filed some motions already. It's complicated. Best if you attend the hearing." Complicated. That word again. I booked a Greyhound bus to Seattle. Cheaper than flying, and I needed the time to think. Left Wednesday night. Arriving Thursday morning just in time for the 10 a.m. probate session. I crashed on a friend's couch downtown. Showered quick. Threw on my nicest button-up over ripped jeans. and headed to the King County Courthouse. The place was packed with suits and stressed families. I checked in, heart hammering. Then I saw them, Mom, Dad, Brooke, and their slick lawyer, Vanessa Crow, all sitting in the front row like they own the damn building. Mom spotted me first. Her face went from fake smile to pure ice in half a second. "Jordan? What are you doing here?" she hissed as I slid into a seat behind them. Attending my grandma's will reading? What does it look like?" Dad turned, eyes narrow. "We told you not to come. This is family business." "I'm family," I shot back, voice low but shaking. "Last I checked." The bailiff called the case, in re estate of Evelyn M. Hayes. Judge Ramirez, a stern woman with zero patience, started the proceedings. Vanessa stood first. "Your Honor, we request to proceed with the distribution as outlined in the preliminary filings. The beneficiary Jordan Reyes was properly notified but failed to appear until now, potentially waiving certain rights. Additionally, due to concerns about their mental stability, evidenced by recent erratic behavior and communications, we ask the court to appoint my clients as co-personal representatives." Erratic behavior? My stomach twisted. Judge Ramirez raised an eyebrow. Concerns? Elaborate. Vanessa pulled out papers. Texts from the decedent's phone show Jordan pressuring Mrs. Hayes for money. Hospital records indicate a history of anxiety disorder and a brief inpatient stay 3 years ago. We believe their presence could disrupt the orderly administration of the estate. I felt the room spin. Pressuring? I never asked for a dime beyond birthday cash. The inpatient stay was for a panic attack after a bad breakup. Voluntary, 2 days, no big deal. I shot up. "Your Honor, may I speak?" "That's bullshit." The judge looked at me. "You are Jordan Reyes. Grandchild. Beneficiary, apparently." She nodded. "Approach the bench with counsel if you have any." I walked up, legs like jelly. Mr. Patel was there too. He'd slipped in quietly. He handed me a folder. "I brought what you need." Inside, a notarized affidavit from Grandma's nurse, dated the day she changed the will. It said Evie was fully lucid, no coercion, specifically rejected pressure from Claire and Brandon to disinherit me. Also, printouts of emails where Dad had been siphoning small amounts from the business accounts for years. Consulting fees that went straight to his gambling app. Holy crap. The judge reviewed it while Vanessa tried to object. "This is new evidence." "Which is why we're here," Judge Ramirez cut in. Mr./Ms. Reyes explain. I took a breath, voice cracking at first but getting stronger. My grandma told me straight up. She changed the will because she knew my parents were after the money for themselves. Dad's been dipping into the company funds. I've got bank statements here showing transfers to online poker sites. Mom's been telling everyone I'm unstable, to make me look bad. They tried to keep me away, told me not to come, said I'd complicate things. But Grandma wanted me to have it. She believed in me when no one else did. Tears burned my eyes, but I didn't wipe them. Let him see. Mom stood up suddenly. Jordan's always been dramatic. This is manipulation. Enough, the judge snapped. Sit down. She turned to Vanessa. Your clients filed an emergency motion last week to advance the hearing date, without notifying all beneficiaries. Why? Vanessa stammered. We believed Mr./Ms. Reyes was unreachable. Unreachable, I laughed bitterly. They have my number. They texted me yesterday telling me to stay home. I pulled out my phone, showed the judge the messages. Mom, don't come up, Jordan. It's handled. You'll just make a scene. Dad, we know what's best. Let the adults deal with it. The judge's face hardened. This looks like intentional exclusion. Mr. Patel added, Your Honor, the decedent's final will explicitly names Jordan as primary beneficiary for 60% of the estate, including controlling interest in Hayes Home Supply. The parents receive a modest annuity, nothing more. Any prior drafts were superseded. Dad exploded. She was old, confused. We were protecting the family legacy. Protecting? I shot back, turning to him. You mean protecting your ass from bankruptcy? Grandma knew about the gambling debts, Dad. She told me. That's why she cut you out. The courtroom went dead quiet. Brooke looked like she wanted to disappear. Judge Ramirez banged her gavel. I've heard enough. Motion to appoint co-representatives denied. Preliminary distribution stands as per the final will. The court finds evidence of attempted interference and bad faith by Brandon and Claire Hayes. I am referring this matter to the county prosecutor's office for review of potential fraud and elder abuse allegations. Mom gasped. Dad's face turned purple. And Jordan, the judge said to me softer now, you have the right to pursue administration if you choose. Or appoint independent counsel. This estate is yours to protect now. I nodded, throat too tight to speak. As everyone filed out, Mom tried to grab my arm. Jordan, we can fix this. We're still family. I pulled away. Family doesn't try to steal from each other. Family doesn't lie to make their kid look crazy just to win. Dad had tried one last move. I found out later. He'd called the court clerk anonymously, claiming I was a flight risk with violent tendencies over the inheritance, hoping to get me flagged or delayed. But the clerk logged the call, and it backfired hard when Mr. Patel subpoenaed the records. Walking out of that courthouse into the Seattle rain felt like breathing for the first time in months. The weight of their betrayal hurt like hell. Sharp, deep, the kind that scars. But underneath, relief, anger, and yeah, a little pride. Grandma's voice echoed in my head. You're the spark. I called my best friend, Jax, on the way to the bus station. Dude, I won. They got smoked. Jax hooped. Hell yeah. Drinks on you when you get back. You deserve it, fam. The trust fund hit a month later. Enough to start my own digital art studio, hire help, maybe even buy a little place. The cabin on the coast? Mine now. I go there on weekends, sit on the porch with Grandma's old sketchbook, and draw whatever the hell I want. No judgment. No pressure. My parents? They got slapped with fines, lost control of the business, and last I heard, Dad's in therapy for the gambling. Mom still sends guilt-trip texts sometimes. I don't answer. Because here's the real tea. Blood doesn't mean loyalty. And when the people who are supposed to love you try to bury you for cash, you rise up, expose the rot, and keep walking. Grandma would have been proud as hell. I know I am.